In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Steph Curry and why he's able to make and shoot so many threes in basketball games. If you are looking to become a better shooter, this is definitely going to be a video for you because I'm going to go over a lot of the footwork and tactics that Steph Curry uses that you can use as well. So let's get down and let's check them out. Really quickly, make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below if you want to become a better shooter in your next basketball game. Okay, so right here, what is he doing? And this is actually a very big skill that a lot of players don't do, especially younger players. So right here, he's getting a screen. Where is the screen being set? A lot of players will just pop out here or they'll pop out here thinking that that's what they should be doing. But if the screen is on this side, or if a player is trying to leak over on this side of a screen that's being set for you, let's say it's a pin down, you need to leak out away from that defender that you have. And that's exactly what he does right here. He leaks out. However, he doesn't get that pass over top. But the play is called for Steph Curry. They needed a basket. It's currently 9-0. So they need a basket. What's going to happen? Well, if we speed this up just a little bit, look, they set the screen for the ball handler who then sets a dribble handoff for Steph Curry. They need Steph Curry to get the ball. Something about old school basketball and NBA basketball, pro basketball in general, university basketball, this is not something that younger kids get to hear because of inclusivity, but if you're down, who should be getting the ball to score? Your best player needs to get that ball. I don't care how it happens, just get your best player the ball. He receives that dribble handoff. There's a little bit of communication here on the screen. They probably call a switch. They're not guarding him tight. He's the best shooter in the world, and he has the ball, and they need a basket. Guess what he's going to do? He's going to jack up that three, and he's going to hit that three. Now, at this time, when he uses this next screen, obviously teams are going to be collapsing on him. He's one of the best shooters, and he just banged the three over here not very long ago. So they somewhat blitz this screen, and this pass is able to make it through. Now, this man should not be helping out. It should be this man helping out, this man dropping. Because if this man helps out, the pass goes out here. This man helps out, pass goes down here. Unless this guy drops, then the pass can go here, and this is a lot harder of a pass. That's exactly what we see right here. They make the mistake, and the defense pays. That's because of Steph Curry being smart, understanding he gets a double team, hit the roller as fast as possible, and that's exactly what happened here. Now, in this next play that we have right here, we'll speed it up just a bit, and what we do have is another screen being set for Steph Curry. Now, when it comes to Steph Curry, again, he's a three-point shooter. This team was somewhat blitzing him, but this guy is way too far behind to be setting that blitz. And they actually set up the defense somewhat perfectly, or at least this guy should be just a bit further out. I know there's a 3-second in the key rule for defense in the NBA, so he could be sitting his butt out here. They can allow two guys to defend three. I personally wouldn't care. You have one of the best shooters in the world, and he's a very good passer. So I'd be sticking his butt over here just to cut off that roll. This needs to be blitzed, and these two guys over here need to be D'ing up and figuring out what those three guys are doing. That's how I'd be defending this, but instead, he doesn't come up high enough. This guy's going over top of the screen, and he got hooked or at least stuck on the screen for a bit, and that allows Steph Curry to bang yet another three. In this game, he had 12 in a single game. Now, on this drive, I know it's not shooting, but this is a very important skill that I like to teach a lot of young players as well. Steph Curry is currently attacking the basket. He has one man on him, and it's a fast break. What should he be doing? Should he be getting his body into this man to say, okay, well, at least I'm going to try and draw a foul? Or should I, right in general, cut right in front of him early at the free throw line? That way it stunts this man. He has to slow down. If not, he runs into Steph Curry and it's a foul, and obviously nobody wants to burn a foul that way because Steph Curry has position to be able to get that and one very easily. He can go on his 2 steps. So he just cuts him off, gets that layup. If you can cut off more guys in transition, fast breaks, whatever. This is how you do it. This is how you get an easy layup. Now, the whole mindset of hand down, man down, well, if they're double teaming the top or playing some kind of a 2-3 zone up top, they can be jamming the top all they want. Obviously, Steph Curry has logo range. This is not something that you're going to be seeing at the youth level, and you probably will get yelled at as a younger player doing this. But he's got logo range, hand down, man down, you got rebounders in position, just jack it. You're the best shooter in the world, and that's a rhythm shot for him. That's just something that he's not even really struggling on. Now, when he comes into a one-on-one situation, watch how many dribbles that he actually takes, because it's not as many as you would actually think. So right here, he's still not in attack position. He's trying to set it up right now. He's trying to set up his move. Now, at this point, he's in attack. He has made a forward progression on his size-up dribbles. So now this is his first attack dribble. He crosses. He now attacks one more time. That's 2 dribbles so far. He takes a step back. He took a total of 2 attack dribbles. Mind you, he took about 3 setup dribbles, but those dribbles were just to try and figure out which angle he needs to attack that man on. A lot of players get this mistaken. They think they can take 16 million dribbles and find out their self up in the same spot. Well, at that point, you're just going to draw extra defenders, and it's just going to be all messy. If you can do this within 2 dribbles, attack dribbles, as we see right here, this is what allows Steph Curry to get this shot off. It was covered, but he is the best shooter in the world, and that's 3-point number 4 in this game. It also helps that the dude can shoot from like 3/4 court. That's just something that, not many people can do that. And I'm not going to lie, like, if I had a player who I was trying to guard and he was jacking up 3/4 court threes, I would probably stick to him. Like, there was, like, I needed to stick to him for the sake of my life. Like, he would not be getting any open threes. I would not be running myself into a screen. I would have ran over top of that screen. I would have been calling over. I would have told him to somewhat hedge. I would have been like, oh my God, I would have been talking so much. He gets stuck on a screen. This guy is still trying to figure out what he needs to do. At this point, he needs to smarten up and just switch or do something, because if your man's stuck on this screen, you get over. Guess what? A dude shooting 3/4 court threes, that shot is wide open. He's banging that. He's feeling it tonight, and there is not going to be anyone who's on fire like Steph Curry was missing that shot. And look at this. It even bounces a 6 trillion times to go in. The dude was on fire. And they still have the rule where it's just like, well, if Steph Curry's along the baseline or in the key, you got to set a screen for him. You got to set some kind of a pin down for him. And that's exactly what happens. He uses another pin down screen. This is a pretty solid screen as well. Again, talking would be useful. Why are you going over top of a screen if you have a shooter where you could go underneath the screen and then allow him to cover here, and he's in some kind of a weird drop? That way you still have the roll man covered, you still have him covered. This is just terrible defense, but yeah, it's going to be another open 3 for Steph Curry. That's just a rhythm 3. He practices those every day. That's like 3-point number 7 or 8 by this point. And to be brutally honest with you, you cannot be running with your shoulders away from a shooter like this. So Steph Curry is much shorter than the defender. He's going to be much more agile, much better ball handler. And anytime that those shoulders are facing away from a defender, you can run along a defender. Or an offensive player. I don't mind that. As a coach, I do not mind if you are running with the offensive player. But if you're running and you're not shuffling, those shoulders have to be square with the offensive player. And if you're the offensive player, if you're Steph Curry in this instance, you need to snatch back because his shoulders are not near you. And if you got a quick release as Steph Curry does, this is a rhythm 3 and yet another banged 3. Now, I really like this floor spacing, so I really wanted to point this out. If you're in transition, a lot of players would still be cutting with the ball. We got a guy going down the middle, that's fine. We got a guy who's cut or driving towards the rim. If you want to be a smart player, you kind of go out to the corner, wing, wherever. This allows you to space the court open. You may just get yourself the ball and hit another 3. Oh, and by the way, while this is not a 3-point shot, I just really want to point this out. If you've got somebody who can handle the ball and they are quite literally on fire, don't let them do this. Like, call for a double team, call for something, call for help, you're gonna get roasted. Because at this point, he pulls back, you're screwed. There is nothing this guy is going to do. If this guy, Steph Curry, if you're facing somebody as a defender who has handles, who can get around you, and he has a good shot, and he's hit 8, 9 something threes so far, guess what? Yeah, I'm calling for help, because he's going to start dancing around you, because he's got free reign of whatever the hell he wants to do, because the coach is like, you're on fire, do whatever you want, because as a coach, that's what I would be like, and he's banging, and that's just silly at this point. And like, he's hit like 40 points at this point, 50 close to it, and like, you're just jacking everything at this point. You have a lead, so you can kind of be a little bit risky. You can do these heat checks, and it's just nonstop threes at this point. When you're on fire, you just keep on shooting. So those are some of the ways that you can get yourself open, and once you start catching on fire, your coach is probably going to be like, you can do whatever you want. And for anyone like who has played for me, for example, Ronan or David, who starts hitting a lot of threes, I literally look at them and the rest of the team and say, just give it to them, let them work. I had David, I think his top game is around 7 threes in one game. Ronan had a game where he had 13 threes, and that's just crazy. When you start hitting threes at that level, literally the basket looks like it's the size of a car. Believe me, I've had games where I've hit quite a few threes as well. I know what the feeling is like, and if you're a coach and you're coaching somebody who's like on fire like that, you literally just have to look at them and say, chuck up any shot you want, because it's going in. Anyways, I hope that this video has helped you. Make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.